Good afternoon, people. Slightly different from my normal work and bricklaying videos. You find me in France at an absolute gem of a venue. This place is stunning. I'm at a place called Marpesh, and yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. We've been here. We got here just after midday, about 12:30, and had a good walk round. Did a draw about 1:30. There's 6 of us on, and it's actually 3 pairs, so we discussed between ourselves, and in the end we did a draw. 3 of us drew 1 from each pair, and we actually come out second. The first pair took right and left hand hobbits, and I'm in Fallen Tree, and my mate Lee next door is in the jetty. And then we got the other pair, not really doubled up together. They come out third in the draw, and one's gone in Harrison's and the other one's gone in the Nook. I will put a lake map up. I'll put a lake map up in the video, and you'll be able to sort of get your bearings. But throughout the week you're going to follow me on this journey at Marpesh, and yeah, hopefully we can get a fish on the bank and get some great shots. Only my second time out of France. 2018 was my last trip, and obviously 2020, 2019, 2020, 2021 we've had all the COVID restrictions. Yeah, this is got my rods all ready. Just putting 3 singles out tonight. My home's all set up. I'm ready. This is the view from Fallen Tree. So like I said, I'll do more pictures, more videos as the days go on. Hopefully we get some fish on the old film. Now, I don't know anyone else around the lake, but obviously I'm going to be just documenting mine and my mate Lee's trip. Now, what I would like is to give my telephone number to the other guys, and if they get one, no matter what time, day or night, I'd like to know about it. But that will maybe come over the next couple of days once we get talking more. I'll have a little mooch about and have a walk round, speak with them. But I'm holding on into the evening before actually putting my rods out. I've opted to fish 3 singles tonight, so I'm going to have 3 choddies. I've watched some other videos on Marpesh, and choddies and hinge rigs seem to do well on here. They seem to catch the fish. I'm going 3 singles on chods just for the night, and then tomorrow just gonna try and find a spot when we've got a bit more time, because we're going to start losing the light soon. We've literally got all set up, but the facilities here are amazing. Now, they got 2 brand new shower and toilet blocks behind Fallen Tree and Jetty. Then you've got the green cabin there behind me. There's a bait freezer, and then a food freezer. They supply a tripod, supply a sling, supply the mat, and they give everyone 2 landing nets. So yeah, it's a good setup here at Marpesh. Gets booked up very, very quickly. We've waited two and a bit years for this trip. But yeah, and I'm itching to get the rods out, but I'm hoping I see something. Sun's up. I think we've got high pressure at the minute. We've got an east northeast wind, so not ideal high pressure, bright sunshine, but at the end of the day it's a holiday as well, so break away from work, and a nice bit of sunshine would do us good. Yeah, fingers crossed as we go in. We've probably got another hour of light, well, before the sun goes down anyway. Hopefully see maybe one head and shoulder, or even better, one proper bosh out, but we will see. If it happens, I'll be getting my rods on that spot, and fingers crossed we get one. But yeah, other than that, just going to enjoy myself as best I can, and have a good time here with my mate Lee. Yeah, so this is the cabin at Marpesh. Nice worktop. We've got bait here, that's English plug sockets, double socket there, double socket there. There's a safe, got freezer, fridge, then here, big bait freezer, absolutely perfect. And just for a sneaky little peek, that's the big girl, that's Barbie Joe, that last come out at £91, 4 ounces. And that's just a few of the fish. Here, but yeah, as we said, it's great facilities, and that's me just there. I mean, you could run an extension lead to your bivvy if you really wanted, but there's no need. Everything is just right on top of you. It is perfect. The facilities at Marpesh. This is on arrival Saturday. We're the first ones to use these. Yeah, it's brand new. There's 2 of these. This is behind the jetty and the fallen tree swim. Brand new shower, brand new toilets. There's 2 of these. There's another one right there next door. Brand new. So we're Sunday morning. Just done the first night at Marpesh. Nothing to report. But what a view to wake up to. It is stunning. Quite a chilly night. Dropped down to about 1 degree. The feels like temperature of -1. So yeah, pretty chilly. But nothing we can't handle and be okay. Just up watching the water now. Hopefully see something. Been up since 5. It's about 20 to 7 now. Haven't heard anything, haven't seen anything. Not a lot to go on at the minute. Just chucked out 3 singles, 3 choddies last night just on dark. Got a good drop on the right hand rod. Went down with a thud. In the middle and the left hand rod. A little bit softer, so I reckon it's just landed a little bit of weed, but beauty with choddies is you're always presented. Yeah, by God, am I looking forward to for a shower today. To see what I see for probably another hour or so. And then yeah, have a nice freshen up after travelling down yesterday and in that sunshine yesterday, getting the house set up, getting everything organised. It got a little bit sweaty and a bit smelly, as you do. And yeah, look forward to getting in the new showers. So I'll catch up with you in a little while. Hopefully I'll be all freshened up. Now, was that a fish? just as I pan the camera around, the water broke just out there. Now, the grebes and that have just swam through in front of my jetty. So I think that may have been a show. That really, that lifts the excitement by a few notches, let me tell you. Yeah, no duck or no grebe or anything's popped up. That's the first show I've seen since arrival. So yes, there's fish in the area. Confidence level has just risen tenfold. Right, so I've just watched that last little clip back. You'd have seen I thought I'd see a show. I wondered whether it was a fish, but you can. It is a fish. It was a carp. It showed. Another little ring just come up out there now, a bit further to the left, but it looks like there's fish moving. But yeah, for you guys that had the eyes on the screen there, just to the right hand side, you see a fish come up and just sort of just roll onto the water, and that's what that was. That was a carp. Looking back at that footage, it didn't look huge, but it's a show, and that is massive to the confidence. And yeah, my 3 troddies are out there, not a million mile away from where that one has just head and shouldered. So yeah, confidence has risen massively. They are out there. So yeah, fingers crossed something happens very soon. Oh, that's better. All showered, fresh, and found a nice spot, just in just short of 100 yards. Nice pullback on a lead. It felt good. It goes down quite a thud, so it's quite a firm spot, and then the lead just slides back. You come back a few rod lengths though, and you're in that sort of like low lying weed, like sort of candy floss style type weed. But yeah, I managed to find a spot out there, like I said, just short of 100 yards for 3 rods. And I'm only fishing 3 rods this week. You're allowed 4 rods on it, it's a 4 rod rule. But to be honest, I only fish 3 in the UK, so I'm just sticking to what I do. I'm not going to start adding an extra rod in just because you're allowed an extra rod. I'm not like that. But yeah, baited up, got some spoms out there, and now I'm just cooking my dinner. Just doing a bit of a roast today as it's Sunday. But I do feel good for having a shower. So fingers crossed something happens, and you guys will be the first to know. So that's the Sunday lunch done. Lovely that. I had a couple of bits of beef, like beef steaks, new potatoes, carrots, runner beans. Beautiful. Nice to have a nice bit of grub when you're around the lake. It doesn't half make a difference. None of this pot noodle crap. It's nice to get cooking and actually have something nice and decent to eat. Yeah, it was good. Nice. Just sat in the bivvy now, watching out, and hopefully see something as we go into the evening. I think it's, I want to say it's between 4:30 and 5 now. I haven't looked at the clock for a while. Nothing to report as yet. No one on the lake has had anything, not even a bite. So We're about 24 hours in now, and nothing to report on the fish side of things. I'm going to upload a picture to this video when I was cooking my dinner inside the little cabin. There's like a photo wall on there of some of the fish in this lake. They're incredible. You got Barbie Joe at 91 pounds an ounce. I mean, that's incredible. That is a massive fish, 91 pound. And the other fish on the wall as well, they are big. You've got, I think there was 80s, 70s, 60s. So yeah, I'd love just one of them fish. I mean, any fish from this lake would be good for me. I'll be happy. But one of the known ones, or one of the real big girls, yeah, it would be lovely. Yeah, good morning. What we now? Tuesday morning. Nearly said Wednesday morning then. Yeah, Tuesday morning. Still no fish out from anyone around the lake, but it's going to happen. It's got to happen. It's going to happen. It's just a case of when. Confidence is still through the roof. The head's not dropping. Confidence certainly isn't lacking. We've seen, between me and my mate today, he's seen 4 or 5 shows. I've seen nearly, without looking on my phone, because I try and log it all, it's at least 11 shows I've seen in front of me, 4 of them being very close to my baited area. Tuesday morning I put bait out on Sunday at around 2 o'clock, and I made the casts at just after 2:30. The rod's been out there since then, so they've been out there, be a good 48 hours come early afternoon today. I am going to recast them today. Just want to check the hook baits, because there is some crayfish in here. So yeah, I just want to check and make sure that the baits are not being attacked by the crays. I don't want to leave it any longer, to be honest, and I'll probably put another 10-15 spoms over the top, just top it up. And I've actually, my left hand rod, so I've got 2 rods out in front now, and now my left hand rod is round in the bay to my left. That took a bit of work yesterday morning. I put a baiting pole out from the far, I went round the far side and put a baiting pole out, and I also took the marker rod round, and I flicked the marker rod out and found a spot that the bailiff told me about. So if I get one off there, it's going to be a lot of credit going to the bailiff on that one, because he's put me onto that one. But I found the spot he's on about, and then I worked out how far out with the baiting pole, marked it on the baiting pole, and then I've lined it up with a marker on the bank, the far bank, and then I've come round and cast a bare lead over the baiting pole, pulled it in, and then put it in the spoon and dropped my bare lead next to the marker float. So then I've come back round and pulled it so it's just wound down to the lead, and I've given it a foot or so for the swing back, and put it around the clip. That's it's about 100 odd yards, but that spot's in. That got baited yesterday morning. The rod went on it yesterday morning, so that's going to get left now until at least early afternoon Wednesday. But these 2 rods in front of me, the fish have shown on me this morning and yesterday morning, but nothing has come of it. It's been very quiet, but I'll pan the camera around in a minute, and you'll be able to see the lake and how beautiful this place is. Well, Lovely morning here at Marpesh. That's the view from my swim. The rowing boats, they're in each swim, but they are for fish. Like if a fish gets snagged, which there ain't really many snags in here. There's a couple, but the only reason you can use them is for fish retrieval. So out in the lake, life jackets must be worn. You get caught without a life jacket on, you will be thrown off the lake. Instant ban, but there's no need to use them. And the weed is very, very minimal. There's a couple of snags out there, but literally only a couple. But yeah, it's what a lovely view to wake up to. The sun rises sort of behind them trees, comes up, and then we're in the sun most of the day, and yeah, sets right up the other end, over them trees up the other end of the lake there. Well, good morning. I didn't really have the camera out much yesterday. We are Wednesday morning now. God, you lose track of days when you're out in these places. Yeah, Wednesday morning now. Had a couple of liners in the night, a bit of broken sleep, but I think the pike are having a bit of a go in the edge, rubbing each other and that, and just having a little spawn. I think it's catching the lines as they're coming in close. But yeah, we're still trying, and fish are showing. They're showing each morning. There's like an hour and a half window where the fish are showing, and to be fair, one has not really boshed, but it showed. Just sort of poked its head out and rolled right on top of my spot this morning. There's been a couple, don't know, probably sort of 30 yards to the right. It looks beautiful. It looks fucking bang on for it. It really does. But such a hard water. Anyone think they're coming out the Marpesh? Certainly, if you're going to come this time of year, we're middle of March, third week in March. It's the first week for paying customers after the winter syndicate. And there's another one that's just rolled at me. If you can just see that ring, it's just to the right of my spot. So yeah, there's fish out there. The fish are moving. Me and my mate, I think we're the only ones who've really put bait in. All the other lads have just been using a throwing stick. I don't know what happened then, my voice went. But yeah, the other lads have just been using a throwing stick. Me and my mate, we've had the spom out. We've probably, between Sunday, we didn't put any bait out Saturday, so between Sunday and Tuesday afternoon when I baited again, I've probably put in the region of about 6 kilo out on my spot. Now, deep water like this with big fish in it, that ain't a lot of bait if they get on it. If they get on that could be gone within half hour. So I'm not really putting much out, but for this time of year the fish are only just sort of waking up and moving about. Like I see, the others have just put boilies out with a throwing stick, so they've really not put a lot of bait out at all. So my thinking behind that is, if this sun that keeps getting up through this week, if it does wake the fish up and they want to feed, then at least I've got some bait out there. So that's my way of thinking anyway, but it might be wrong. But at the minute, no one that I know of has had a fish. I'm going to do a lap of the lake later, and I'll get that on the camera, and it can give you guys a sort of a look round the lake, different views from different areas, and it can give you a bit of an insight of what the lake's like, what it looks like. But for now, let's sit tight. I'm going to get the kettle on, and yeah, just keep looking at that water and watching for shows as it goes. Like I said, one showed just a few minutes ago. But yeah, just fingers crossed that the old bobbins start dancing soon. So we're about mid-morning now. We've just had breakfast and washed up, and I'm just tied up at the new fresh rig for this rod that I'm going to set. It's round in the bay to my left on Fallen Tree. And I'm actually walking around now. What I did back at the start of the week is I came round here with a marker float and found a reasonable depth in one of the margins. It was actually 9 foot. So what I've done now is I've just brought this rod in. It's been out there 48 hours. There seems to be a bit of weed and that come back round the lead, and I'm starting to doubt whether that rod's actually been fishing for the last 48 hours or not. So I've just tied up a new rig. I'm going to try a hinge rig on this one. Slightly longer boom, get it sitting on the weed on top. And slow sinking. Tried it in the edge, it looks pucker, so fingers crossed when I flick this rod back out, it's the lead will come down through that bottom, a bit of weed on the bottom, and my long boom will sit over the top with my little pop-up sitting nice and proud just above the weed. That's my thinking anyway. I'm just coming around with a bit of bait. My bait pole's already round here, and gonna trickle a little bit of bait in now with the old baiting pole, and then go back round and get the rod cast out. A bit later on, when that sun's right up, I'll be gonna do a lap of the lake, I think, and then yeah, be able to get some different views of the lake on the camera. But yeah, I'm going to put this bait out and catch up with you in a bit. Well, good morning. It's Thursday morning now. Oh, I still ain't done the lap of the lake yet. I'm going to do that today, but Big Fish Thursday, apparently. Well, we will see. Still all very quiet here on Marpesh. I mean, I haven't spoken to the other lads, so I don't know if they've had anything in the night, but I certainly haven't. My mate certainly hasn't. I'll be very surprised if they've had something, but pleased, because it means that the fish are going to start moving about. Still quite chilly in the nights and the mornings. And during the day it's getting up to like 18s, 19s. Not ideal. Would rather the temperatures be a bit more consistent and nearer to each other through the night and day. A bit more of a level playing field, to be honest. But we're up, sat watching for shows. My mate's seen a couple, one right over his spot. I haven't seen any in front of me yet, which, to be fair, don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Thinking if it's good, if they're not showing, are they down on the deck? And also if they aren't showing, like, are they here? But it's still early. It's not even 7 o'clock yet. And but most of the shows this week have been starting around sort of 6:30, 6:20, 6:30, and nearer 7 o'clock now.
There's the first one. There's the first one. Real subtle. Just as I'm on the phone. Out towards Harrison's. Yeah. They're not really lumping out. It's literally breaking the surface. Yeah, I'm gonna concentrate on watching this water, see what I see, and later on I will do the lap of the lake and be able to give you guys a view from maybe each swim. I don't really want to go in disturbing people, but I might get you a view from each swim so you can see what's occurring and the whole lake, different view.
Morning all, I'm doing that lap I was talking about. I keep threatening. So yeah, we are Thursday morning, we're late morning now. Been trying to watch the water this morning, didn't see as much activity. It was a cold night, lots of dew on the ground this morning. So yeah, not much activity happening, but just having a wander now. I'm on my way round, just in the bay to the left of Fallen Tree at the minute, just walking round. Going to come to Harrison's first, so just going to check on my spot and I'll catch up with you when I'm in Harrison's. That's another hut. This is on the Harrison's bank. Harrison's bank now. Going to be coming into Harrison's very soon. So there is an angler in there, so I have to be trying to be a bit careful. I don't want to be videoing too much. I don't want to be encroaching on people's swims. Yeah, so I'm stood at the back of Nook now. Like I said, there's someone in here, but that's the view out of the Nook. You've got a jetty just round to your left, but that's the view in the Nook. To continue walking the track. The next thing I'm going to come to is right hand hobbits. So do a little bit in there. I know the blokes have just pulled over, just passed me in their van. It's a bit hard to do videoing in people's swims, to be honest. I'm not one that's going to go straight in there with a camera and be like, yeah, this is right hand hobbits, blah blah blah. So just trying to do a little bit subtle, and I'll catch up with you in a minute once I'm there. So yeah, this is the view out of right hand hobbits. Right hand hobbits. That's me over there in Fallen Tree. That's my mate here in the jetty over here. Over here in the jetty. Like I said, it's me and Fallen Tree. Harrison's is down on that bank. This is right hand hobbits. And yeah, you see my view in a minute. I'll go round into left hand hobbits if I can. Right, so this is left hand hobbits. This is the view looking out. You've got the jetty over there, just to the left of that green tree. And then Fallen Tree where the white boat is, that's me there. As you pan round, you've got Harrison's down on that bank. Yeah, this is, like I said, left hand hobbits. Yeah, it's a long old chuck. Yeah, it's quite a chuck. This is Heron Point. Got quite a bit of scope up here, to be fair. If you fish with single sticks like this chap, and you can get one in the bay, one either side of the point, one out of there, fishing the open water. This is Heron. Yes, so far, like I said, there's anglers in it in all the swims, so it's hard to get in with the camera, to be honest. that was Heron Point. Lovely looking swim, but when we got here last Saturday there was a cold east-northeast wind blowing right into this corner, and we stood on that point and it was freezing. Just weren't really feeling the point, to be honest. Walking around on the like there's a no fishing bank now, and when I get round here you'll find me in Goose Point. Right, so I'm round to Goose Point now, just walking in the swim. So I'll spin the camera around, you can see as I enter the swim, you can see what it looks like. So this is Goose, this is as we walk out onto the point. This is Goose Point. You've got all this tree line, no fishing all the way along that margin, so you can cast along there. There's no swims on there. You've got Goose over there. It's just Heron Point. Yeah, so this must be Heron Point we're stood in. Goose Point's over there. Heron's where I am. So yeah, it's easy to get confused with the 2 points, what one's what. But yeah, I am stood in Heron. Goose, Heron. As we come round, left hand hobbits, right hand hobbits. The Nook is round in that bay. Harrison's is about here, and then Jetty is just round along here up the other side of the reeds, and then Fallen Tree is just beyond that. But yeah, this is Heron Point. So I'm going to slowly make my way down now. We'll go and see my mate in the jetty. I'm just walking along to the jetty swim now. And see the lovely looking lake this is. This is the final swim on the walk round. So you've seen enough of my swim already. This is the jetty. We're Friday morning, and as you can see we've started the pack down. We're off here tomorrow morning between 9 and 10. 10 o'clock's the latest that we can be here till, but to be honest, you never know, we might be able to get the earlier train, fingers crossed, which would be nice if we could. If we can't, then so be it. We're booked on for the 2:20 in the afternoon, so we'll still be back into England at a reasonable time. But yeah, we've started the pack down. My mate's took his 2-man bivvy down and he's under the brolly. I've taken my utility front off, cleaned all my buckets out, marker and spawn rods down. It's in the bag. Everything's pretty much packed. I've took my bivvy table and everything down. So yeah, we're at that point in the week now where we've had our fix as such, and we wouldn't mind if we was having to be off here tonight, to be honest. But there's one more night. Still got confidence. Don't think we haven't, because bloody hell, have we? We are still confident I had a liner that's flying, well, what turns out to be a liner on this rod in the bay, which I'm just walking over to now. I will spin the camera around. So yeah, this rod here is going across almost to the far side, but it's actually about 20 meters off the far bank, according to my baiting pole anyway. But yeah, I actually came out to this rod at about 5:45 this morning. I had a few bleeps on the receiver and I thought, oh, there we go. But because I'm fishing so far across, I thought, oh, I best go and have a little investigate. And I thought it might have been kiting, or picked it up and kited to the right and trying to go out the bay. I got to the rod and the stow was wedged right up in the delkim, and I thought, here we go, something's going. The line was still moving off from the tip of the rod, and then the stow just started dropping back. I thought, oh, it's coming to me, it's coming towards me. Picked the rod up, nothing there. So I think it was just a savage liner, to be honest. But when I come to recast this, I stood in the swim to recast, and there was a show sort of over there, so quite deep into the bay, which was nice. I mean, I've seen one in here now. It's the first show I've seen in this bay all week, and it's Friday morning, so so fingers crossed that sun that's been getting up, they've eventually started to wake up and they're coming into the bays where it's a little bit shallower. So the rod's back out there, it's on the money. I'm going to go around now and get my baiting pole and get that all packed away, obviously as quiet as I can on that far bank. And yeah, the rods are out, that's it now till tomorrow morning. The rods are set. That one got re-put out obviously this morning after the savage liner. Those two over there, they got put out yesterday, and I sprinkled a little bit of boilie over them yesterday with the spom. Just put, I don't know, around 10 spoms out with just boilie, just to see if that. So I've been on pike all week. So yeah, gonna walk round now, get my baiting pole back, and I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Well, good morning, people. It's the Saturday morning. It's the day of going home. It's been a really tough week. Been 6 of us on here at Marpesh. Not one bite between any of us, but that's fishing, don't get me wrong. Yes, it's been hard, but by God have I enjoyed myself. It's been a great week. And a right social with my mate Lee. I haven't seen him for a couple of years, so to come out here to Marpesh at this incredible venue with the chance of catching some massive fish, but having a great social with him has been absolutely brilliant. Yes, it's been slow on the fishing front. Would I come back? 100% yes. Not even doubtable, I will come back. I know Lee's looking to try and get a lake exclusive on here, maybe in a couple of years time. So yeah, man, I can feel the excitement lifting through me just thinking about it. And that's 2 years away, so that's how much I love the place. Even though we haven't caught anything, there's no bites between any of us. I've just been and had a shower. I'm gonna start getting the last of all my bits packed down now. We're going to get the van loaded and head off for Calais. If the camera has to come back out, then that will be a good thing, because that means one of us will have a fish right at the end of the week, like on packing up. So if you see me again after this, then it's because we've got a fish. Chances are pretty slim after having a week like we've had, but if it happens, you'll see me again. But other than that, guys, it's time for me to say goodbye. Thank you to Nick, our bailiff. So we've had Nick the bailiff here on Marpesh. Big thank you to him. Big thank you to John the bailiff.
Ross and Kerry for dealing with the bookings and answering any questions I had. It's all appreciated, and yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant. So yeah, peace out guys, and you never know, if the camera does come back out, like I said, it's because one of us has had a fish, but it's going to be tough. But yeah, till next time, take care guys.